Thank you so much for joining in, and thanks to each one of you. So, just to give you guys a quick introduction about where I've come from and who I am Punita here, and I'm from Mumbai. And I've spent about 20 years in the corporate space with brands like CNBC TV 18 and Times Network, doing content marketing, branding, strategy, and so on and so forth. And since 3 years, I am on my own, helping a lot of individuals and brands with the power of content. And I have worked towards building a personal brand for myself in these 3 years. And today, in this entire session, I'm mainly going to be talking about how to build your own personal brand and how to showcase yourself as an authority in your domain, be it Instagram, be it LinkedIn, be it Twitter, or be it any platform, completely free of cost, not spending a single rupee on paid ads. So I'll start with, so they say that if you want to be successful, it's very, very important you work towards building your brand, building yourself. While you're working for companies, it's extremely important to build you because people know, people believe in people first versus people work in corporate. So building yourself is very, very important. So what are the five, six pillars of building your personal brand? Your first pillar is you need to understand your who, your what, and your why, which means that it's very important when you put yourself out there, you ask yourself, who am I? What is it that I want to be known for? And what problem am I looking at solving? So it's very important to have clarity within yourself. That's point number one. Point number two is once you identify your niche and you identify your domain and you identify what problem you want to work towards solving, then you choose a platform. Now it's humanly impossible to choose five platforms at one point in time. Choose one platform. I started my journey with LinkedIn and put myself out there day in and day out, creating content as a content marketer through various forms of content. There is text content, there is images, there is videos, there is carousels, so on and so forth. So it's extremely important that you understand the power of content creation when you're building a personal brand. That's point number two. Point number three is no matter what you do, no matter where you've come from, no matter you've graduated from the best universities across the globe, if you do not follow the power of consistency as a brand, you will not be remembered. Only with the power of consistency is when you can grow organically. So that's the third C one should look at when you are working towards building your brand. The fourth is conviction. It's extremely important you understand within yourself that why am I here? What is it that I'm looking at putting out? I'm not just here to promote myself and talk about my work and my services, but I'm here to solve a problem. So you have to work towards being very, very convinced about solving that particular problem. That's the next C. And the last C is candor, which means that you cannot fake on social media. You have to be real. You have to be true to yourself. You have to be authentic. You have to work towards putting yourself in a manner where people resonate with who you are as an individual. So, when you're working towards building a personal brand, it's very important you first focus on creating these four pillars. You sit down and you understand what these four pillars are. Pillar number one is you have to optimize your profile, be it on Instagram, be it on LinkedIn, be it on Twitter, be it on YouTube, because people are finding you with the power of keywords. For example, my keywords are content marketing and personal branding expert. So when people look out for these keywords, they are likely to find profiles like mine. So identify your keywords on what you want to be known for, number one, and go out there, put yourself out there day after day, but optimization is the key. That's point number one. Point number two is you have to create content which is authoritative. So once you identify your keywords, they are called content pillars or content buckets. You create topics around each of these content pillars and content buckets, and you create content day after day after day in different formats of content. Do a LinkedIn live, do a image based content, do a video based content, but content creation is the only way where people will be pulled to you in a very organic driven way. The third way is connection and commenting strategy. Now, I have grown to a following of close to 60,000 followers on LinkedIn organically. Because I've grown organically to this following, my entire work has become very autopilot. I have worked towards building a system because I have a community with myself. I have a tribe with myself. Hence, you need to connect and comment on the right people, be it any platform. So like for example, I'm a content marketer and a personal branding expert. So I have identified top 10 key people in my domain. And I go out there day after day, and start engaging on their content. What happens then is automatically their followers who are very high following start to follow me. And that's how I have worked towards building a tribe organically on LinkedIn to about 60,000 followers. So these are the four things you must work towards when you're looking at building a brand. Building a brand means you're putting yourself out there with content. So step number one, profile. Step number two, content. And step number three, the commenting strategy. So how does this entire thing work? Say, for example, you are a lawyer or you are a chartered accountant. You have to work towards going out there in a way where people understand you for who you are. So you have to work towards first creating brand awareness about who you are. So create content which kind of works towards educating your audience about chartered accountancy, about how your profession can help millions of people. Then you work towards educating your users about why they should come to you. And finally, you add a call to action which explains to them where they should come to you. So that's the entire content strategy which you need to apply, work towards applying. Now, what is the whole idea of a profile funnel? You have to see, people have no time. You need to go out there and educate your audience when they see your profile, be it LinkedIn, be it Twitter, be it Instagram. In a span of 2 seconds, they should come to know who you are and what you do towards helping them. So present yourself in a very solution-driven fashion, number one. Number two, whoever is reading your profile, they should be able to take action on you, come what may, by seeing your profile. And lastly, once they take action on you, they will send you a DM which clearly states, oh, this is the service I'm looking for. I will reach out to you. So that's the whole idea of having a profile funnel which clearly explains to them why they should come to you. They don't care about who you are, but they care about how you can help them. And that's the most important thing. The next idea is defining your sub-niche. Like for example, content marketing is a very, very big, sorry, digital marketing is a very broad term. That's your niche. Your sub niche will be content marketing, which is a sub niche of your core thing, what you actually are looking at putting yourself out there for. So this is my LinkedIn profile, which clearly explains to my audience my who and my what. It has my keywords like content marketing, social media marketing, personal branding expert, and it has my keywords on my banner. Now with this, people are very, very clear about why they should come to me. What is the whole idea of coming to me? How they will benefit when they come to me. So the whole approach of creating content is you need to take your audience onto an entire journey. A journey where you create awareness about who you are, then you move towards a funnel where you're attracting your potential customers or potential prospect people to provide solutions, because they're only coming to you for solutions. That's all they're coming to you for. And finally, in the conversion stage, you are putting yourself out there where you're talking about your services. This is the whole approach of having content buckets. These are some formats of content which you can look at applying in your domain. So these are some ideas of how you should work towards applying content. So you can look at creating content where you're talking about a case study about your particular brand or a particular client. You can work towards creating trend jacking content. You can voice your opinion where you're talking about a particular subject. And finally, the last slide, which clearly explains that when you put yourself out there with content, what happens is people start coming to you organically. Consistently, if you put yourself out there, people will exactly know you for who you are. Hence, the whole idea of building a personal brand is showcasing yourself via who, your what, and your why. And once you do that, your brand will have a better recall, and that's how when people need your services, they will come to you. Thank you so much.
This is Atul Anand, and I work for a company into logistics and supply chain. So, quick question. So, you said that you should have a constant presence and you should post continuously on that, right? So, what is the ideal frequency? And is there any kind of days in a week which you say that no, your content will get maximum eyeballs? Yeah.
So how it works is every individual's profile has a different audience. So you need to understand when your audience is available at your particular time. Like for my end, from my end on LinkedIn, when I'm creating content, my audience is mainly available between 10 a.m. and 12 noon. That's when they're available. So you need to understand, experiment with marketing, with content on what days are better for you, because that's how you will know what's working and what's not working.
So, it's like experiment, learn, and then
Absolutely.
apply it. Okay.
Absolutely.
Thanks. Thank you.
So basically, I'm a script writer. I write for television. Okay, so on my LinkedIn profile, I have mentioned I'm a script writer. I'm an author. Okay, so what I want to ask is, I mainly work as a script writer. So do I need to post scripts, or
No.
what content should I post?
So you need to understand that when you're building a brand, you're not selling your work. You are educating your target audience about how you can help them. So for example, I'm a marketer. I put out content like, you know, 5 top ways to create a content marketing strategy. What are the steps to create a content marketing strategy? So I'm only showcasing myself as an authority. That's the idea of building a personal brand. So to be very honest, only with the power of experimenting and creating different formats of content. There are 5 formats of content one must look at following: text content, polls, carousels, video content, and image-based content. Once you kind of apply all formats of content, you'll actually know what is working and what is not working, because The algorithm is a very organic driven game. You're not paying the algorithm to boost your content.
Here, there is a question. See, I have some presence in this one, but how my virtual sessions and other things is going to help me to build my brand apart
Means
from this?
you
For
are doing virtual sessions online,
yeah,
offline, sorry,
online,
online. So you want to put yourself out there on social media.
social media, especially through LinkedIn.
Correct,
For example, I'm good in HR technology or analytics area.
correct.
How virtual sessions is going to help me?
No, you mean to say that you are doing a lot of sessions. So how can you put yourself on LinkedIn?
No, I do for my clients, and I do, especially as you said, I will try to share my some analytics part and this.